All right, let me turn my TV down. Okay, I'm here. Um, this is my first time doing this, so bear with me. But I just plan to finish up this Henry Cavill 3D print that I got going here. Um, I printed him a few months ago um, when I got my Uniformation G2K, and he's he's the second time I'm doing this same model. I did them for a friend of mine last week, and that was the video that I put up, the part one. So now I'm gonna do this part two the way I do it. Um, I've come a long way from the way my art style is, and coming accustomed to the ways of sculptures are painted. But this is what I like to do in my spare time. I'm a barber by trade, licensed cosmetologist. I'm retired from the United States Navy. My background in the Navy, I was a chef in the Navy. And when I retired, I went to art school for 3D animation. Didn't know anything about this stuff while I was in school. It didn't come to me until I was already long graduated and working in a barbershop where someone actually broke one of my sculptures that I sculpted myself. And someone asked me, "Hey, Sarge, did you 3D print that?" I was like, "What is that?" And then it dawned on me that the STL files that we were making in school for animation were the same files that I could print. So here we are today, after going through FDM printers and uh, resin printers. I got the wrong printer. My first printer was a Creality CR10 S5, and it was way too big for what I wanted to do. My design was uh, iPad like storage palette for to draw on, and it took me about a year to actually get that thing printed because I was just out of my league when it came to stuff like that. So I did end up getting it printed. I don't even use it, but I found other uses. So when Christmas came along and I wanted to maximize my dollar, I found 3D printing, and here we are, 3D printing on YouTube. All right, so I'm gonna get started. I think I'm gonna go with my Awada Eclipse. I done cleaned them. I'll make sure they're fully clean. So I want to spray a little thinner through them. And no residue in there. So I already have a mixture mixed up of my base color that I always use, or try to always use. Sometimes I'll go with this Nomad Flesh to get darker skin tones. Um, and, and I don't know if anybody's like able to type on here. Please hit the likes if you're on here also. But I don't know if you're able to type or talk to me. But I'm gonna be painting, so it's gonna be hard to answer questions or anything because it looks like my TV here is not caught up with the times. Let me try to make it live on my TV because it's 15 seconds behind. So let's see if I can get it to speed up. Next time I'll do it with StreamYard or something. I just is my first time, like I said, so we're gonna get there. But, like I think it's still loading slow. But anyway, let's move on. So I've already primed him. I did a zenithal prime, and went back and hit some spots on him. But he's still pretty much prime in a zenithal prime. And if you don't know what that is, to people that are just watching for the first time, that's just he starts off with like a black. It doesn't have to just be black, but you want the darker coating on them first, then a mid tone, and then the highlight, and that's just your underpaint. Because you'll go back, and you can do this with regular color also. It doesn't just have to be black and white, but I use this as a crutch or a stepping stone to get to where I'm trying to go. So Henry Cavill, he's kind of pale, and I'm going to start off with that pale color. I do that because when I finish my full process of layering the colors, I will dry brush and highlight them with the same color. So let's get going. And about to say, it's not spraying exactly how I want it to spray. There we go. Now we're getting some pressure. Turn up some. Sometimes you're gonna get some splattering. This is a base coat, so it's okay. I'm not trying to get him computer perfect. I'm trying to get him human perfect, which is not perfect. But still don't want things like that. And I hate that. But it's part of airbrushing. I do paint with paintbrushes also, but it just comes out so much smoother with an airbrush. So this airbrush doesn't want to work with me. It would do that on my first live. Let me see if I can do some remedies before that. Switching out to another airbrush. So just jabbing in it. You don't want to jab it bring it back too far, because you get paint lodged in here, and that button, that trigger button, it will stay depressed a little bit, and you'll hear air coming out of there. All right, let's see what we got. I got action. Sometimes you get a little dry tip also. And sometimes the content in the bottle might not have been, even though I pre-mixed it, the content in the bottle might still, have some little residue, and that's what that's telling me right there. So what I want to do is switch out my airbrush because I got to go to the gym in a little bit. I ain't got all night to be waiting on the airbrush. That's why you got to have a few. So let's see what this one's gonna do. All right, and we in there. This is my harder and steam back. This one's actually made for miniature painting, but I like it, and I put this big cup on it. It actually, the cup came from an Iwata, so they're kind of like interchangeable. So I got to make sure that I get everywhere where his skin's hitting, and it's okay to go into the hair because later on, when it's gonna look more real when you're trying to put that hair in there and achieve a lifelike effect. Let's get some more of this. I got two of them to do. I don't have to do the other one, but I printed them both, so let's do it. And this is not the Henry Cavill face. This is the little standby. Something's going on with my airbrush. Okay. Come on, baby. That's a new nozzle too. It's the paint. So I apologize. There we go. And it doesn't want to work. This is what happens when you go live. All the things that could go wrong go wrong. All right. All right. So this one doesn't want to work with me today. The story's not over. I got airbrushes. All right, let me make sure that this one is all the way clean because I painted the body earlier today and still had a little bit of black in there. So I'm slowing myself down because I'm a little nervous about being live for the first time also. With everything, there's a little nerves. But that's spraying. Okay, but I don't like what's going on with this paint. But this one has a bigger nozzle, so it should paint through there. All right, let me dump some of this. It's just thinner, y'all. So make sure there's no things lodged in there and caught up. It's gonna mess up my flow. This is just one of those days. It don't always work out. Bear with me. Oh, make sure see what's going on up here also. Oops. So So these bad boys do not want to work with me tonight. I'm not gonna quit though. So this is one thing that you could do. Make sure that there's nothing in there. There we go. So whatever was in there, I got it out. Hopefully. It's more than one way to skin a cat. Okay. I'm gonna leave that color alone. I'm gonna move on to something that I know works. Some Nomad Flesh. It's not gonna stop my process. You'll see. And this army painter paint, normally you could just paint straight through without adding any thinner. So I'm not on no time clock, so I'm rushing for no reason. The thing with that Nomad Flesh, it kind of has the red in there that you want for the basic skin tone when you're doing a wash. It's like built in. So with with the triad, you would start off with this or barbarian flesh and build up to the color that you're trying to get to. But these colors here are mainly made for miniature painters. And I do not see this in the same realm as miniature painting. When I pull up sculptures, it doesn't pull up miniature painting in YouTube algorithm. Right. Still got that same cloth that's in there, and I'll tell you, I cleaned this airbrush thoroughly before I went to work. But stuff still happens. I put something in there that airbrush did not like, and that goes for all those airbrushes. I have a couple more. I'm not going to sit here and go through everything I got. So I'm just trying to get full coverage. Now, I do want them both to be the same skin tone. So, Henry over here, you need to get a little tan, buddy. Can't tell you how many times I've painted Henry Cavill, but he owes me a visit. Alright, let's add some more. And this is, like I said, Nomad Flesh. Oh, I got another bottle over here somewhere. Okay. And I tried to have everything set up because I'd be nervous. So I didn't want to like go through the process of mixing paints and stuff like that. Just to be quick also, because everybody's time is precious. I got 5 people though. That's cool. I'll take that for the first time. hopefully, someone can hit that like button for me, just to get a little interaction with me. If you just joined, I'm just laying down my base color, which is Nomad Flesh from Army Painter. I got another paint that I'm gonna use. That's from the miniature world also, which is some Citadel colors. Matter of fact, instead of taking that out, I'm gonna mix this up. Let me put a little thinner in there, and I'm gonna try some of this Kingsley flesh. Never tried it before, but I've always wanted to. All right, here we go. Let me mix that up. Notice I use fresh water to mix that up instead of putting that dirty water in this cup into my airbrush. All right, we got some midtones. Make sure I hit that neck. Not bad. Not bad at all. Mm-hmm. All right, Henry, here we go. Make sure I hit the back of that neck because that's where the light is actually shining on. Try to get down the center by the bridge of the nose and the forehead and the mouth and the chin. Top of the ears and on the neck where that light is hidden from above. Hit some of that jaw. Okay. Now I have some paint left. Still got the hands to do. Anybody see that? Sorry for all the noise in the background. My 3D printers are going. Right now I'm printing Afro Samurai. Because he's one of the next up. And if you're in Virginia Beach area this weekend, I'll be at a bingo hall with my art out there, showing my stuff off. That's on Holland Road in Virginia Beach. If you'd like to attend, it's on Sunday. I believe from 9 to 3. And for those 6 people that stopped by, thank you. I really appreciate that. So now I need the highlight. I'm not using that again. If I do, I'm asking for it, but let's do it. I'm gonna add some thinner just in case. A little thinner. Shake it up. I got carpal tunnel syndrome, so my hands be cramping up. But don't feel bad for me. The VA pays me for it. Still hurts like a bitch. Right. Let's mix that up. Hmm? Okay. Let's see what we got here. No whammies. All right. Start with the clone. And I can spray them this way or I can spray them head on. I want to make sure I get on that nose. Get on those cheekbones. Get on his collarbone. Here I'm not trying to blast him with my airbrush. We want kind of subtle sprays because you don't want to cover up what you got going on under there. Boom. There we go. All right, Henry, you're up. Bridge of the nose, forehead, chin, lips, cheekbones, ears, collarbones, neck bones, back of the neck. All right. All right. I'm happy with that. So let me dry the hands off. It's still a little wet. So tonight I'll be doing a lot of speeding up the process using my blow dryer. And you can do that. Just speeds up the drying process. Try not to do too much so that you don't make any spider webs on it when it's drying. If it happens, just go over it again with your airbrush or a paintbrush. And voila. Okay. I'm gonna blast soups. Now, I'm not gonna ever use this head. I'm just painting it just to paint it. Because you can see he's got a mark right there where he had supports from the 3D printing. I made sure that I got them all off of Henry though, because he is my subject that will be getting glued in. No magnets on this one. Henry is it. So all the practicing will be done on this head, and anything I screw up, I can screw it up on him. So I'm just putting a workable fixative. You can put a satin coat on him. You see I'm ventilated here. Sometimes I be spraying so much, I set the fire alarm off and have to answer to them when it goes. But I'm just making that seal so when I do my wash, that it is I'm able to come back and fix any mistakes. Like if I don't like the wash, I can wipe it off or use some water to get it off. Boom. Okay, I'll let that dry. I'm not gonna need those anytime soon. Okay, so I'm gonna speed up the process. And you can see the sheen starting to settle down because it was so glossy when I sprayed them originally. Boom. But I do like the colors that I have. That is working out for me. Okay. And no, I didn't have to borrow this blow dryer from my wife. Like I said, I'm a licensed cosmetologist. I got a lot of blow dryers. Okay, so I'm gonna make sure I have all the things that I need to do this wash now. And I do like. Let me see. That's burnt sienna. Ah, here we go. I like this flesh wash for after I do my yellow, blue, and red washes. After I bring the color skin tone back in, I like to use this. Just I don't know. This pro acryl Monument Hobbies. Some good stuff, man. All right. You able to get some of that? Please get that in your arsenal. So I do have a sponge over here, but I just want to make sure I got a nice pure sponge. But I'm gonna use this sponge. It's all right. Let's get some water on it. I got this sponge at Target. Sometimes you can go to Target and get some freebies that they just have for people that ladies that are going there to get makeup. They even got these. So you could do some detail work with this little bad boy right here. I might use it later. Let's keep that there. Okay, so I think he's just about dry enough. And if he's not, I'll know because I'm using him as my test dummy. So what we want to do, we want to get some color back in his skin. Or add some to it. So I'm going to grab my wash brush. And hopefully this is not too thick. I mixed this the other day. I think this is going to do. I tried it out already. So let's try it in a spot that we won't be using. Not bad. Okay, so let's go. So I'm getting that, working that into his skin. I'm not going to let it sit too long to where it bites. And I got a splotch on him and I have to like redo everything. Sometimes you can work it out with that next layer of skin tone that's going on. But sometimes it's just so ugly that you just want to start over. So you can see the color starting to come to the skin. I'm liking that. And I made this wash myself. I took some yellow from one of these colors over here that I have. It's like a bright yellow that I have. I took that and I mixed it with some thinner, reducer, and some water. And here we are. Don't ask the parts uh, per each item because I just went for mine to make sure it was thin enough to not stay on the skin, but just give me a tint. That's what we're looking for, a tint. All right. So next, get some color into Henry. Come on, Henry. Boom. All right, Henry's almost looking good. Make sure we get all the crevices. Hopefully none of the people that I follow went live today. I just did it uh, in the spur of the moment. Um, I was almost finished painting him this morning, and it was time for me to go to work. And I was like, maybe I maybe I take this time to try to do it live. I'm monetized now, and it's time to start doing all the things that you should do when you're a professional on YouTube now. Uh, this has always been my dream to to teach people what I know and what I've learned. Um, I, when I was in school, in high school, I wanted to be an art teacher, just like my art teacher, Mr. Jeans. And then when I was in the Navy, I was a teacher as a culinary specialist, teaching what I learned in culinary school. And when I retired, I was a martial arts instructor, teaching Taekwondo. I got into that when I was stationed in Florida, and I stuck with it for a long time until I was retired and got my disability rating, which I'm rated at 100%. If anybody cares, probably don't, but that's cool. All right, so next, gonna add some life to him. Gonna give him some blood in the skin. All right, some red. You want to be quick and work that stuff in as fast as possible, so that it doesn't bite into the color. The yellow didn't, but you never know. This stuff is getting your model back wet. And things happen. All right, let's get that off. Here I'm dabbing. I'm not wiping it. I'm dabbing it in. Ass in there. Okay. All right, Henry. Okay. Well, I got the nervousness out. I think I can do this live thing. I don't know why I'm nervous. I'm in my house. I don't know what that is. I'm gonna have to fill that in with some paint later. Okay, so let me dry that. don't want that sitting there. Got him. Okay, let me figure out what's going on with his chin though. So address that. Okay. Let me dry that off and add some red back to him. Hey, things happen. I have to go back and look at the video later and see what happened. See if I can get that to work. All right, Henry. Don't do that again. What happened? I'm sure what happened was I was moving too fast and my paintbrush chipped it. Hopefully that don't come back and stare us in the face later. Just let him dry some before we move on to the next step. All right. While I'm at it, I can bring some life to his hands. I don't know if that what it means when it says 6 waiting, or if 6 people are watching. Because I'm kind of new to this. Because I hit the live button and I'm watching it on my screen, so it should be good. Right. I'm not Don Serrato's or Artist Opus, but maybe one day I'll have like 1,000 people watching. That would be awesome. But I'm not going to stop. I don't care if one person is watching. Uh, I'm doing what I like. How about that? And that one person watching, thank you. All right. Oh, just a little red in that corner. It's gonna dry, and it might be a splotch, or it might go through. Let's dry those. Because my next step, I'm gonna need it to be dry. And let's get them a once over. Sometimes things be in the cracks. See, that's okay, because that's going to add to my next step. All right? So I'm gonna grab this toothbrush. I'm gonna put a glove on. And I'm going to dip my toothbrush. I haven't used this. This is a new toothbrush. So I'm gonna dip it into my wash, and I'm gonna just make some freckles. You can see a little bit of freckling in the skin. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then the ones that are just too splotchy, making them look like you got some kind of cancer, just dab those out. There we go. Now you got some character for your character. No pun intended. Or intended. Sometimes I gotta play a lot. Alright, here we go. And you see where that worked out? Superman got some character. Okay? Let's do that to the fist. I want that on the back of the fist. The reason why I know this is because I am a black man with freckles. That's a little much, but it's okay. Dab it out. And you got freckles up here, you got an ugly ass hand. Alright. Let that dry. Boom. Look at that. Work that in. Alright. So now, I'll let that dry. And I will come with my next wash, which is blue. You don't really need it for the hands. You can do that a little much. Okay. All right. Let's cover that for now. We're going to come back to that later. But I'm going to take my blue. We're going to add some blue to the skin. All right, here we go. Start low. This blue wash, I do remember that I used the Citadel blue to make it. I think that's why it's so bright. I like it. And this is the basic way that I apply my wash. I've studied others, the way they apply their washes, and the popular vote has it. This is the way it should go. So you start off with your yellow, move on with your red, and then you top it off with your blue. And then you come back with your skin tones over that. But kind of like a transparent skin tone, skin wash. Okay. Dab that off. I think I should do this every week. Do a live once a week. If you agree, let me know. Think I suck at it? Let me know. No, let's go ahead and add some blue to the skin. I'm doing this standing up. I've been on my feet all day at the barbershop. But Apple likes that I'm doing it. My watch keeps telling me that. And I know my mess here is out of hand, but just remember I was in the middle of doing his whole body, so I'm still dealing with that. We're not in the cleanup process yet. I'll wipe the slate on the next project. All right. So now that that's in, we're gonna put some color back in between, some skin color back into it. So not gonna use that airbrush. I'm gonna take this one again, and what I want to do, I want to add a little bit more of that nomad flesh with this pale skin tone. Just to brighten it up some. I know he's pale, but I mean, he's beat deaf. Let's get some color back into his skin. All right. See how that looks. Let's clear that. I got a little dry tip. There we go. Clear that dry tip. Let's get some color into the skin. And you can see I'm coming from above because I want his low tones to stay there. I got a little moisture right there. I don't know where that's from. Let's get it out of there. There might be some moisture in my airbrush. Normally I have moisture traps on them. Okay. Got some residue from a sponge on there. Should have hit them with a fresh clean sponge. Got it. Won't be fighting that later. All right. Up in that hairline, you want to lighten it up a little bit. So later on, when you paint that hair on there, they have the illusion of the hair follicles being lighter or thinning out that way. Okay. Some of this stuff is still a little wet. Because we're doing it live. Normally I take a few hours to paint something like this. Just this part. It could take me the whole day to get it right. Because it's not easy. I know it's easy to some, but not to most. Only a few people can tackle the actual airbrush. So there's that. Okay. Now let's dry them up again. What time is it? 8:56. All right, I got an hour before I go to the gym. So we're getting a lot done tonight. Okay. Dry those up. Now let me varnish them again. Protect that layer that we just made. Make sure there's nothing there that you don't want there that won't get covered up from dry brushing. Okay. That's right. Not too much. Okay. Okay. Dry these up. Okay, now I want to take some of this Pearl Krill flesh wash. And give him some more color. How about that? So I'm gonna come in to his vital areas. First, let them soak it up a little bit. I want to use a different brush. Add a little tanness to his skin, because he's pale. Hmm? Look at that. Got to love this Pro Krill, man. Okay. Henry, got to get him right. Move a little faster than Henry. Let's add a little water. Hey, you guys that are there, hey, can one of you guys hit the like button? I've been painting for an hour. Can I get a like? Or did I earn it? Maybe I didn't earn it. Somebody looking at me right now saying, I'll decide if you get a like, motherfucker. Hmm? Dry pimp. Now, got a little bit back in his hand. Okay. Now, I'm going back to red. I want that to bite a little bit. Too dry? It don't matter how many times you do a wash. You do a wash until you get it right. So now, let that dry a little bit. Let me add some more red to the hands. That dry. The red to that clenched fist. So he's mad. He's big mad. Don't want that to pull down lately. Have a surprise waiting for me that I have to paint over. All right. Now that we got the wash on, now it's time to do our dry brushing. I don't know anybody who has this, but it's okay. I'd say it's worth the money. All right, so we're gonna dry brush. We're gonna use a light color. Let's not waste what I put in my airbrush. This is the base tone, and let's put that water in the airbrush so it doesn't dry out later. If you know anything about cleaning airbrushes, boy, it's a task. So I'm gonna use this too. Okay. Normally, normally I like my dry brush a little thicker, but we're gonna go with that. Okay. So we're gonna slightly with our brush. I have the sponge, but all right. Just use the back of my hand to dry it off. Okay, so let's go and see what we're gonna get. So I'm making sure I take every almost every ounce of paint that I put on that airbrush. I mean dry brush, and get it off before he's on my model. So I'm gonna test it on his hair first. Okay. We're just using this to bring out the highlights. Anything that's raised is going to get hit by this dry brush. And if I don't like what I got here, I could take my low light color and hit it from below. It's pretty much like mixing paint on the palette. You just blend it on the skin. Boom. So his nose is a little dark. So what I'll do, I'll grab some of that. If you can see it, I don't think you can. Let me get that in view. Just gonna take some of that darker color and make sure I get all that out and brush up on the nose line. Boom. Look at that. Look at that. Don't you like when it comes together? Boom. And I can use the stippling effect to darken up that spot that kind of got jacked up with my other paintbrush. But look at that. So now I'm going upward with the low light color. And I got a nice little blend. Boom. I'll take a little bit more of that to hit that other side of the forehead. And I think I'm happy with that. Boom. Look at that. So nice when it comes together, man. Boom. Hey, I'm not the best, but I'm damn sure better than I was last year. Sticking with processes that work for you is the best thing, best practice. Study others, but what works for you, if it works for you, make it work. I've been painting pictures since I was a child, so that's how this gives me some kind of working knowledge of how this should go. But not all of it was through training. Some of it was hit and miss. So I'm making sure I'm hitting those hot spots. And all you guys that are watching, I appreciate it. Stay tuned. In the next few days, I'm gonna have the video up, the full video up of the entire process of part two. I just felt like I needed to go live in my new situation with YouTube, which is being monetized. This one, I'm not worried about being too super perfect, but as long as I got the Henry Cavill one right, he's our subject. But I am known for working on multiple projects at once, so this is no different. But this head will just be hanging out until I print another body and put him on. Or I might repaint him again and get it right again. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, go back down on his nose a little bit. There we go, Henry. Big Hank. Big Bank Hank. You know he's paid. All right. Some of that. Boom. All right, let's do his hand. Palm. It's that light color. The fingertips. That light color. Step right in there. A little bit more. There we go. Gotta make sure that I'm getting it from where the light would be also. Because he's reaching out. And his fist is balled up in his left hand. Alright? Let's not pop that up. Alright. So his fist will be balled this way. The light will be coming from this way. Boom. Right? Now let's see what else I need on here. I can add a little bit of this pink. This is a Vallejo color. The Mecha color. I like it. Give him some rosy cheeks with it. And hit his lips. Okay. So here, I'm applying makeup techniques, like a rouge, and going against his cheekbones, just like that. Boom. You wonder how I know? I went to cosmetology school. So that's what I learned there. Money well spent by the Navy. All Find that eyebrow. Hmm. Look at that. Some color. And a smart thing is know when you're done. Because you keep adding to it, and you might be done. So when you put the hair and all the other features on them, it might look weird if you don't know when you're done. So know when you're done. Probably could have used a smaller dry brush to get in there, but it's okay. I'm in there. Just a dark spot. All right. Also with dry brushing, you don't want to take away skin or hitting them too hard. I've done that. Boom. All right. Get that clavicle. Just a little. Hit that with a little bit. It's a little speckle on there. I don't know. It probably stayed there from one of the previous layers. I got them. Y'all. Don't worry. All right. Mhm. Yeah. And I think I can go a shade lighter. We're gonna try it. That I'm gonna use some pale skin by scale color 75. Scale 75. Not too much. Make sure the brush has enough in there. You don't want too much paint on there. Or sometimes that paint would take paint away because it'll re-wet the whole thing. Boom. Got the nose. Look at that. At the bridge of the nose. His eyes. Boom. Now it's starting to come together. Get that vein. Make sure they know it's popping. Mhm. Look at that. Mhm. Nice. Take that same um, amount and put on this one. I had enough on the brush. And if anybody needs to know who sculpted this Superman, it was Zez Studios. The last model I did of Magneto was done by them also. And also that Wonder Woman I did. I usually do Wicked, Zez, CA3D, Sanix, all those big guys who are better at sculptor than me. Because I was trash in college. I'm not afraid to admit that. I was there at the party like Van Wilder. Except when something interested me. It's usually how that goes, right? Okay. Dang, look at that. Good thing we're here. All right. So I'm gonna take some of that that's left in there. See if I can recover. But let that dry and come back and dry brush it again. But just stipple some of that in there. So we're gonna come back and fix that. Don't worry. My God. These gator clips, they don't always do their job. Okay. Now, still want to add a little bit more rosiness to his cheeks. I'm going to take some of this original Nomad Flesh, put some in there. It's about the same color as that pink, but the pink was thicker, so that's what I liked about it. There's something that I used last week on the other Superman that I like. It was a peach. We're going to find it before this day is over. Want that diamond or triangle shape. Boom. Boom. Got it. So this is adding the right amount of low light I'm going to need later for his beard. Put some on that jaw. Make that jaw strong. Boom. Okay. It's a big difference between someone sculpted that's a real person, and then someone sculpted that's just a cartoon character. All right. Let's find some of that peach. I don't remember if it was a color from the big box store or it was a color from Hobby Lobby. That's not it. I'm gonna try this. Look, just deco art. You can buy this at Hobby Lobby. They got a version of it at Michael's. A version of it at Walmart. So I'm gonna find a smaller brush so I can add these details. I'm wondering where my brush just went. It was in my mouth. I'm one of those guys that paint like that. So let's add some color to his lip. because of time, I'm gonna let the other Superman go and work on Henry for the rest of the night. At this point, I should have on my glasses so I can see the fine detail. A little bit on his eyelid, not too much. I'm gonna go over that later with matter of fact, I'll do it now. I just want to blend that. So that represent the redder skin that's in his eyelid. Look at that. I can whip that a little bit. Okay, so I want some skin tone back in. Because he don't have on lip gloss. So I'm gonna blend his lips and the rest of his face back together. Now I'm gonna take some of this light color. Put a little bit of streaking on his lips. Like I said, I don't want it to look like you're on lip gloss. Boom. Just want it to look natural. Boom. Nice. There we go. Add a little bit of pink to the bottom of his nose. And brush across his palate. Boom. I'm going to add a little bit more pink around the bottom of his nose. Just a little bit. Just subtle enough to let you know there's blood behind that skin still. Boom. And wash that out a little bit. There we go. This is almost like glazing. Hopefully you can see me. See what I'm doing? All right. I'm gonna add a little bit of that under his lip too. A little to the eyebrows. And add a little to his inner ear. This is how I do it. There's a little bit more pink that I needed. I had a little bit more paint in this brush to help me out. Boom. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. All right. So now I'm gonna take some white. I like some off. Let me see if I can find an off white and mix a little bit of pink with it to make his eyes. I got some bleach bone. This is air. This is air paint by Army Painter. Still a little off white, and I can mix a little gray with that, some sky gray, just a dab, not too much. If it comes, there we go. And I already got my pink there, so let's mix that up. I had this out. That was my plan to use, but it's all right. Add a little bit of pink to it. So it's turned out more gray than I wanted to, but that's okay. Because what I'll do, I'll lay down some more of that white. And mix a little bit from that into this. There we go. Okay. I'm not going to use that paintbrush. I'm going to use a smaller one. That's how we get them straight. All right. So I'm going to bust my glasses out, and we're going to do some fine detail, which is some eyeballs. So you want to be very still and careful when you're adding this. Normally I've done screwed up by now and already had to start over. But here we are. Now I got to get to his left eye. And being left-handed, it's not easy to get his left eye painted as it is the right eye. I wonder why. But we're going to try. So we're going to be very careful about how we go in. Oops. See, he slipped on me. Let me see how I have to recover it later for that. Yeah. It's okay though. Done this a million times, don't worry. So I'll go back in and fill that part that jumped on me. The stick in his neck adjusted while I was trying to get in there. Okay, so let's get that part painted again. I'll mix a little of this peach with that. I love painting quarter scale paints, sculptures. More forgiving than the 6 scale, but I still like the 6 scale size as far as like real estate in your home. Or office, whichever you put them. Okay. I recovered. We did it. All right, so let's dry him off for the next step. All right, so I'll take my mechanical pencil because I don't have a micron over here available. All right, I'm just gonna draw his pupil in and eyeball, get them where they need to be. I don't want them to be cross-eyed, which that almost happened. Okay. Now I'm gonna take a blue. Take my trusty 30 or 0. I say 30 using barber terms, sorry. But this is a 0. Okay. Carefully get that eye in. So I'm going to paint them dark blue first, and then I'll come back with a lighter color. Okay. I think I went overkill on my palette, but it's all right. All right. Now, I'm going to take a lighter color, let that dry them up. And we're going to paint the light blue part. This is some contrast paint. So I'm going to take, because I like this color. So I'm going to take this color and add a little white to it. And add a little bit of that blue back. White, some of that gray. Okay, wipe my brush off. You don't want too much paint on your brush. All right, now we're gonna paint the top part. Some people like to put stickers. That's not me. I learned how to paint. I'm gonna paint. Nice. I can go a little bit further with that. Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's dry that up. All right. Might revisit that. So now I need to put a little pupil. And I'm gonna need a little black. And that's the plate chainmail. I got some matte black right here. But no, I think I might have a micron. Let me see how big this is. Okay. Boom. Look, I'm trying not to mess it up. There we go. Look at that. Okay. Thank you. And now, add a little bit more white in that. Just gonna put the glare in his eye. Next to the dot. Slow as I can. Boom. There. There we go. Mm-hmm. That's it right there. Okay. Let him dry. Okay. Now, we're gonna take this time to make some, I think I made a wash last week for his 5 o'clock shadow. Let me see if I can find that real fast. If not, I'll just make some right now. So hold tight for a second. Everything is still up here from when I did my job for, let me mix that up, see what that looks like. When I did the job for my friend. So this is, I had a little green in there. I had a little black. Um, I don't want it to be too thick, and I'm gonna go fast with this because I want to get that off of there. I don't want it to bite. I don't want it to stick to his skin. So I'll mix that in the cap. I want that to be thin as possible. I got this technique from another Henry Stewart from the Creative Collector. You can stipple it in there, and you can slap it on. It's a regular paint. But you best believe I'm coming back to get that off. It's a little high up, but let's get that off fast. So, look at there. Look at that. Here we go. You can't see it yet, but I can. Oh, a little high up there. And whatever gets stuck, I can fix it. We're not stuck yet. Get a little bit color back into his face. Dry that off completely. Boom. Look at that. I think it looked better before I put it, but oh, we get it. That part under his chin, between the his clavicle and his chin, is not easy to get to. Let me see if I can feather that out with some nomad flesh. And I'm gonna need a paintbrush that's soft enough to get in there and not wreck anything up. And I'll just use something from over here. I use this iron can. Matter of fact, let's mix that with the heat. There we go. There we go. Sometimes you just gotta know what to do with a brush too. You see where I jacked them up right there? Just feather that out. It's all right. So I thought I was doing good with that 5 o'clock shadow, but it didn't work out. I think we should try it again. Okay, so let's add that color back to his lip. Took some of it out from the dry brushing. Put a little nomad flesh in there. Okay. Just dry that and see what we get. Okay. Now, I'm going to brush some of that color back in. Right here, where I took it away. Trying to make a 5 o'clock shadow. Let's wet this one. Oh, can't use that one. Let's see. Maybe I can. I can. All right, Superman is back from death. Add a little bit more color to that chin. Not too much. Alright. Try it. I think I need to comment below before I put that up. Just hard to get to with this dry brush here. Okay. Go back under there. Where's that peach? Oops. I'll take that. Get some color back in his lips. And at this point, I'm gonna add a little bit of red to it. Not too much. I just want it to look natural. See more people are watching. We are painting Henry Cavill Superman. Just add a little bit of this red. That was a lot. I don't need all that, but it's here. We're going to use it. All right, so I only needed a dab of that. Only enough to make that top lip redder than the bottom, and then paint the striations in there. Split that up. It's got some dark spots when I did that 5 o'clock shadow, so I gotta fix those. He definitely looked better before I tried to reinvent the wheel. Let's get some light on that. I'll change that brush out because I don't like what's going on with it. That was freaking hard. This one. Okay. Let's try that again. I had it so right. Oh my God. Hmm. Hey, things happen. I'm not exempt from things happening. Redness on that nose. Okay. Can't tell if that's shadow or still a blemish. So let me dry that up, and attack it one more time. Remember what I said earlier, know when you're done. You won't jack things up. I shouldn't be mixing on this because it's wet powder. I will say that this wet palette is better than the Army Painter's wet palette. Cause this I put water in this like last Monday, and that water's still there. There's no mold in it or anything. A little red on his eyes. On his nose a little bit. All right. I think we recovered enough. We're gonna leave that 5 o'clock shadow alone though. I mean, I could do it. Don't dare me. I'm not. There we go. Brought him back. Now, time for his hair. So let's see what we're gonna mix up. I got this cheap craft paint from Walmart. Ugh. I'm still gonna try. Ugh. I don't need that much. I don't know why it squirted out like that. Pause. Well, I hope that don't happen. Alright, so where is my trusty brush that I want to use? So I'm going to start off with brown. I could have done with burnt sienna. But I like to start off with a brown like this because of highlight. I'm not going to use that anymore. All right. Oh. Thank goodness this doesn't dry as fast as model paint because it's not as much alcohol in it, so it's a little bit more forgiving. So I got him on his ear. Get that off real fast. That's it. This Walmart paint is a little more forgiving than actual paint with alcohol, and that's made to be fast for people trying to get their models on the board. That's why I say I wish that some of these paint companies would start catering to our needs as scope painters, because these bottles be small. If I can get bottles like what Wicked puts out, they're the size of craft paint. Uh, Golden, a few others, they put out normal size bottles, but the popular ones like Pro Acryl and Citadel, they put these little pots out. Army Painter, we got little squeeze bottles that go nowhere. If I wanted to paint the Incredible Hulk, I got to buy 2 sets of the greens. That ain't cool. I'm trying to paint this little spot right here with this big ass paintbrush. Go back and take that paint away with my small brush. Sorry. All right. No, enough of that. Oh, let's clean my brush. I'll go back and form that later. Let's get this paint off his forehead. Just add it back into the shadow. And now I don't know, without eyebrows and this brown hair, he looks like the guy on the Highlander. Okay. Well, let's do his eyebrows. Add a little bit more of that. Even though I'm gonna come back with a black. That's better. Ah. Recover. Okay. One's a little thicker. That's it right there, Henry. Okay, now it's time for black. And we're gonna get a good black. Let's cover that on to dry out. We're gonna get some Createx black. Now this is a bottle. This is what they should be giving us or selling us. Ain't nobody giving us nothing. Unless you want to give me something. All right. Here we go. Start with the bulk of it and work my way to the details. I'm gonna make that work for me. That's the hard part about painting standing up. Not very forgiving. Thank you for those who stayed with me. This is about how long I usually take to paint a face. Sometimes slower. Sometimes you want to go past where the modeler model the hair, because it's just natural looking to have strands of hair coming from that skin. line. Get this other side. I wonder how it feels to be Henry Cavill with people obsessing about painting him all the time. He is one of my favorite characters, or actors, that portrayed Superman. I mean, I like him in everything else too. The Man from Uncle and Mission Impossible. He was a good bad guy. He plays a great bad guy. Oh, he's just a good actor. Too bad he got messed over as Superman. He should have got his second Man of Steel. I'll move on with the rest of. I'm waiting for the new guy. What's his name? Corn Sweat. I'm not gonna hate on the new guy just because my guy's not in there. All right, let's do the eyebrows. Don't really like those eyebrows, but I'm gonna take them. All right. Boom. Got Henry. Okay. Probably do some touch-ups. While you guys are not with me. Because it's almost time for me to go to the gym. Let me see what I can get before I get there. It's a detail brush, but color than that. It's too wet. That brush does not want to work with me. Just add a little bit of forehead back to him. Could have done this with the airbrush. Nah. Just fixing mistakes. Right. Still think need to add a little more darkness to his pupil. So what I'll do is just grab a toothpick. Wherever I put my toothpick. 1 second. You know, that's how it goes when you look at something. It's probably looking right at you. I said that at a barbershop today too. Looking for a guard. That toothpick is looking right at me. And I don't see it. But hey, this was something that I said I was going to use tonight that I got from Target. Voila. Let's try it. Just make one little dot. Come on. That's too much. Ah. That thing was a little more powerful than I thought. I'll paint around it. But that one's good. That's how it goes. I should have did his eyebrows with this. It's alright. What did I say earlier? Know when you're done. Big lesson for the night. know when you're done. So what I'll do, being that my glue is still wet, let's try that out. I don't like either. I think I want to do them anime style. Is that what? Setty white. It's not a good brush. That thing wore out fast. Those eyebrows are a little dark. I'll probably go back and dry brush those later. For now. Let's see. Need a smaller one. Oh well. I'll get it right later. Hope you guys like that. If you want to see how he's going to look, since I got 4 people that stayed around, let's go ahead and grab his body. And I'll be wrapping this up later today, which is tomorrow morning, Thursday. Let's put this right there. For now. Close that paint up. Put that there. Let's go grab his body real quick. See what it looks like. I'll be right back. Alright. I'm going to have to adjust my camera. And you guys will see how he looks. Looks different now that's on the body, right? And it's almost done. It's getting there. Sorry I'm moving so fast. Gotta learn how to slow this camera down. So later on, I'm gonna dry brush his hair and the rest of his body and put the details. And I will be back shortly this week with the rest of this paint job. So if you like this, please join me, subscribe, hit the like button, do everything you can to keep me in the loop. And I guarantee I'm going to bring some cool stuff like this always, all right? So I appreciate you guys painting with me tonight. Stand up, and you could have been in the bed, but you're up here with me painting. I really appreciate it. Thank you to those that are related to me that are here to support. I really appreciate you. And those who genuinely want to be here anyway, thank you. You guys have a great one. All right. Appreciate you. Good night.